All right, so for this question, we're being asked to factor something that's got two different variables in it. Now, that looks a little weird here, but it's actually a very easy pattern to work with. So we're factoring x squared plus 14xy plus 24y squared. Now we're going to approach this the exact same way that we've done in the past here. First of all, I'm going to multiply the first term and the last term together to get 24x squared y squared. And then I'll notice that the sum of the terms I'm looking for is 14xy. Okay, so I'm looking for two terms whose product is 24xy and whose sum is 14xy. And I think it should be pretty clear that this is going to end up being 12xy and 2xy. Okay, now remember what we found here. These are not the terms that necessarily go in the function. What we have found are the outer and the inner terms. Remember, this is the product of the first two terms, this is the product of the last two terms. This will be the product of the outer terms, product of the inner terms when we apply our FOIL essentially backwards. So I know that these two terms, based on how I have written it down here, will be 12xy, and I know that these two terms here will be 2xy. Okay, so when I multiply these two terms together, I'm going to get x squared. Now really, that should be clear to you. That's got to be x squared and x squared. Now, to get 12xy as the product of my outer terms, this term over here, because there's an x here already, this has to be 12y. And not only that, it has to be positive so that I get a positive 12xy. These two terms, their product has to be 2xy. There's an x there, so this has to be 2y. And more specifically, it has to be positive 2y so that this becomes positive 2xy. And there you go. There's what this thing looks like in factored form. Now, if I had put these in a different place here, all that would have done is switch the order of my terms. But order doesn't matter, so it wouldn't have made any difference here.